Hello, and it's another hot day here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's about 98 degrees and there's humidity. I don't mind 90-degree weather as long as there's no humidity. That's why my favorite state to live in is Arizona. Arizona gets hot as balls, but they have no humidity, so it doesn't feel muggy everywhere you go. It just feels like you're in an oven and you feel the heat baking down on you from the top. But topic to today's video is I don't really have one. Didn't really think of anything else to talk about. Yesterday was just a rant about customer service because I've been doing customer service, call center customer service for about 8 years, but customer service in general I've been doing it for well over 10 years. And it sucks. Dealing with people all day who are not happy with their service always sucks. It's not been with one company these entire 10 years. God, no. I've been several different companies. And some companies are great to work for. Like, I used to work for an internet web hosting company. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that job. Other companies, like I worked for credit card companies as well. They were fun too, but really weren't for me. But I'm at a point where I think it's just time to get away from doing call center jobs again. It's definitely not something people should do for a career. I mean, it gets the bills paid. That's the only reason why I've done it for so long. But I think it's time to change that. Now, I know a lot of people think that in order to really do something with your life, you have to go to school and all that BS, but I've never been one for school, and college to me is just another school. I have tried going to college. I went to college back in 2011, but by 2013 it wasn't for me. I've took different courses. I got some of the basic ones that they want you to take care of, like your math, and I forgot what else. Didn't really pay too much attention to it. Again, I was never one for school, but I did. So I took those basic classes. I took a philosophy class, but that was just a lot of writing, so I didn't really enjoy that one. Took an automotive class because I like working on cars. That one was a lot of fun. Completed that, got my certifications on working on transmissions, the 4L60E transmission mainly. So I learned how to rebuild a General Motors 4-speed transmission. That was a lot of fun. What else did I go to school for? I took a bunch of business classes, so I have a bunch of credits in that. But at the end of it all, just school was a waste of time for me. Hold on a sec. They put these new sensors on works gates, so now it's not as sensitive as it is. It wants the badge to be up there for a second before it used to be able to just tap and go. But yeah, when I was in school, took all those classes, racked up thousands of dollars of debt, and really none of it's ever been used. Took the business classes because I thought it'd be relevant to my job at the time, but job didn't really care what kind of degree you had. They just wanted you to have some kind of college, which is bullshit. It means that they're really not looking for anything in particular. They're just putting that college requirement to limit the amount of people who could apply for the job. And to me, that's just BS. Just because someone doesn't go to school doesn't mean they can't do a job effectively. As a matter of fact, I think school is a huge waste of time unless you're trying to go into a specialized field. Someone took my parking spot. Yeah, I figured it wasn't for me. I gave it a try to move up in the company, but I was working full-time and I was a full-time student. So the time between class and time between work was almost non-existent. I barely got any sleep. The only time I could really get to sleep is, again, between work and school. And after work, I had maybe 2 or 3 hours after work before I had to be at school. And then when I got off of school, I had to be at work in 4 hours. So you can imagine how that would feel. I was always grumpy, I was always tired. I lived off of energy drinks, mainly Red Bull, sometimes Monster, because Monster had the gigantic can. But yeah, it was not a life I liked living. I mean, I didn't have the means to just focus on one, or I didn't have the means to focus just on school. I needed an income to support myself. And I mean, I probably could have found a way, but I didn't want to be a burden on any of my family members. So I just dropped school, and I have no desire to go back whatsoever. But yeah, I think that'll do for today's subject, just ranting about school requirements and everything in the working world. Because bottom line is, there's a lot of people I went to school with. We graduated all at the same time, 2007. So a lot of them are just now getting their degrees. Some of them have had a degree for a while, but they make less than I do now, and they hate their job just as much, which means the difference between us, meaning me and them, is about $30,000 in our living situation. Whereas if we applied for the same job that didn't require, or that wasn't a specialized job, it required a degree, they would more than likely hire me because of my work experience. Whereas they'll consider my classmates because they've been in school so long. But that's a long time to be in school. I graduated school 10 years ago. My 10-year reunion's coming up here in July, 2 months, September, out in Arizona. I don't have the vacation time to go out there, so instead I made a deal with my job. If they gave me the time for my reunion, I would just work out at our office in Chandler, Arizona, which isn't too far from where I'll be staying when I go to Arizona, so I figured it would work out. And at first they told me it couldn't be done. Then at the end of the day, as I was packing up, getting ready to go for home, I get pulled into the department manager's office, and she tells me that yes, I can go work in Arizona for a week to attend my class reunion and whatnot. So that's gonna be fun. But my lunch is over. I need to get back in, and I should probably end this before people start looking at me like I'm crazy talking to myself. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a message, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.